Well, it's the 19th of August, and I have a voice god with me in the studio today, an actor, a singer, an absolute all-round nice guy. John Grayson, welcome to the studio, Cornwall Channel Studios.
Really pleased to be here, to see it in person now at last. Yes.
Oh, see the voice. See, I only know you really from the voice, hearing the voice, and you've done some voiceover for us, which I'm very, very grateful for. Thank you very much. But tell me the story in 10 minutes.
Well,
Where did it start?
Where did it start? Well, I suppose if you think about it, as a child, I was always used to doing the Christmas carol service.
Yeah.
And they always asked me to do a reading there. And that was great. I really enjoyed having my own little spot to perform, if you like. And I didn't think anything more of that. And then, about 30 or 40 years later, I was doing a Christmas show up in Norfolk, the Thursday for Christmas shows. And they said, well, we could do with someone to do a Christmas reading. And they asked the cast manager, who himself was an opera singer. And he said, oh, no, I couldn't stand up in front of a microphone like that. He heard my answer phone message at home and thought, I'll ask John. And he did. And I thought, yeah, great. And I did one reading and it went down so well because I didn't just read the words. I actually saw the vision, saw the picture and really just, painted that picture, I suppose.
Quite, yeah.
And it was amazing. I was like, wow, fantastic. I just did my thing. But that sort of inspired me. I mean, they gave me other work from that. In the end, I was doing all the front of house announcements. It was like the John Grayson show, really. I was in the show, and then in the interval, all the, my announcements were coming through as well. And that sort of inspired me to think, well, yeah, I really enjoy doing this. And I, now that's what I'm really concentrating on doing and do lots of different things like, commercials, radio commercials, e-learning scripts, narratives, anything really, absolutely anything.
And in a world now where multimedia really is at the forefront of everything, I think people need to be looking to people like yourself, to polish up their kind of presentations, because there's some people that just can't present themselves.
That's right.
And I would like to put this out there that it's quite affordable. I wouldn't say cheap or anything like that, but I think a lot of people think, and I was one of these people that thought voice actors are just way out of the price range. There's no point speaking to John. I won't be able to afford him. But actually, the rates are quite reasonable.
Yeah, and
I don't want to talk prices on the podcast.
No, of course not. But I mean, I think it's some companies try and do things themselves on the cheap, but can you afford not to have a professional voice really? Correct. Because if you compare the two, sometimes it's just full savings really. So
obviously, people like Peter Dixon, for example, he's one of those ones that's kind of obviously landed in every kind of in every way in terms of voiceover land. But apart from him, I mean, there must be a lot of people doing it. Is competition tough for this kind of work, John? Or
yeah, it is, and people think the acting profession is tough competition, which it is. But I think voiceovers more so, particularly now since everyone during COVID bought a microphone and set up in their front room, really.
Yeah.
Which you can do. I mean, you've got a decent mic, probably put the duvet over your head and you're there. Yeah. But it depends then how good you are. Everyone thinks they can do it, but there's a knack to doing it, really. And it's got to sound natural, depending on the script you've got. Sometimes it's comedy script, sometimes it's serious stuff or quirky stuff, and yeah, it's there's a style to it. So I don't think everyone can do it, really. And it's you're constantly training, reading things on little courses and things like that to give you little tips and so forth. Yeah, so.
And you've kind of answered this in a way, but for people watching this back, my followers on LinkedIn, things like that, businesses who might think, well, why would I need a voiceover actor for my business? What kind of circumstances would you say?
Well, they may be promoting a new product that they want out there, either as a commercial or just as a podcast on the web, on their website. A lot of people these days are having little messages on their websites that somebody's actually saying to them about their company. What else?
I mean, if I can give an example where we work well together, because this is what I'm all about, and especially with your partnerships, is collaboration. And that is, well, we're a video production house. So we make video productions, one of which we did recently for the Grim Sweepers, which you then came in and did the voiceover.
That's it.
Now, I'm quite capable and okay to do some voiceovers, but I'm not a professional at it. It's not one of those voices that naturally sound great, you know. So that's a perfect way that, you know, a business is engaged in your services, you know.
Right.
So you've got a video made, a presentation, stick a professional voiceover on the top to give it that kind of glitz.
Well, yes. I mean, you've got the product. You've spent a lot of money on the product, making that product. You've got all the stuff around it, you know, all the packaging or whatever it is. And then if you don't put the cherry on the cake with a decent voice, the right voice, of course, because,
Indeed.
you know, not everyone's voice is right for a particular product. Put the right voice on there, and you've got something really special, you know. And the pacing of that, sometimes it's going to be one of those very dark, sexy voices. Or, you know, one of those very, very comic voices like that, you know, and it just depends. And it really just finishes that product off for the client. And I think it's, as I say, it's false economy really sometimes when you don't have the right voice for it.
What sort of companies can you work with and collaborate with, John? What sort of people do you want to connect with? Absolutely
anyone. Sometimes, I mean, it's obviously video production companies.
Sure.
E-learning is a massive thing this time, and I'm doing some work for e-learning companies at the moment.
And that must be time intensive too, right? Because I've seen some of the scripts when we videoed some, and they can go on and on.
Yeah, a lot of work involved, and I mean, for every hour of video, I mean, or whatever, it can take hours to record and edit and present. But yeah, e-learning companies, any company really that has got a product to promote. Could be a local garage just doing a little radio commercial. I mean, it could be anything. And people might think, well, actually, I've got no need for a promotional video or whatever and voiceover. But actually, they might well do, and they might think down the line, they might just want an answer phone message done. Simple as that.
Sure.
Just an answer phone message.
But then, see, I would also say that in a world where content is king online, I think people should certainly be looking at video content, because that's obviously what we do and that's what we can provide, looking at that. But they could even send us products here at the Cornwall channel with a script, which we could then get you to record.
Yep.
And they don't even have to be here in person.
And nor do I.
Exactly. So you can do what you do at a distance.
Yeah.
You send it to us. We work together. John, tell me the best way to contact you. Website, email, phone number?
Well, have a look at the website, I would say, which is www.johngraysonvoiceartist.com, or telephone me on 07702 188 031. And
even
just
say the telephone number in his voiceover voice. I love it.
07702 188 031.
That is so good. It's so good.
See? Yes. But I mean, just have a chat. I mean, it may not be something for you, but I think, you know, I have the confidence really to say I could really just be the icing on the cake for you with your product. Yeah.
I certainly think you can. Well, you've certainly proved yourself to us, and I'm glad we got connected through your partnerships.
Yes.
It's not the last time we're going to work together. I know that for a fact. But thank you so much for popping in today. We're close to our 10 minutes, which always flies by. But hopefully in the future, perhaps we can do a live stories with John Grayson.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. It was lovely to meet Ange as well. You were lovely. Wife or partner?
My wife.
Wow.
Yes, we've been married 23 years, is it? 24? I can't remember. Something like that.
It's close, I'm sure. We might see John again. You never know.
Yes.
All the best, John. Thank you.
Thank you.